Deontay Wilder is an idiot. Deontay Wilder made the biggest mistake of his career by firing Mark Breland, says Dillian White, former WBC mandatory. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. I'm also operational and live on Zelle. You just have to use my email address, directedbyego@gmail.com. Let's get it. Link in the description. Sky Sports has an original exclusive interview with Dillian White. White says Wilder has made the worst mistake. Deontay Wilder made the worst mistake of his career by splitting from Mark Breland, says Dillian White. Breland, a former world champion himself, signaled the end of the stoppage, loss to Fury in the WBC title fight in February, much to the dismay of Wilder, who is expected to keep faith with fellow co-trainer Jay Diaz. Right? Asked about Wilder's decision, Dillian White told Sky Sports, quote, "I think it's the worst mistake he's ever made because Mark Breland is the only person in his team that actually was a boxer and actually was a world champion. He was the only person that didn't care about money or fame. Someone who was actually from an emotional point, someone who understands, thinking about his health, and did the right thing by throwing in the towel because he could have seriously gotten hurt. He was getting hit with punches that weren't knocking him out, they were concussing him. Mark Breland knows what it's like because Mark Breland has been in the same position Wilder was in. He's someone that cares about the athlete and the boxing side of things. Not just bomb squad nonsense. He doesn't care about that. He's the only one in the team. You don't see him running around and shouting out and screaming. He's just a little quiet guy, does his job. Deontay Wilder, he's an idiot. He clearly can't see that. Good luck to him. It's his team. He could do whatever he wants, but I think it's a bad mistake. Mark Breland is the only one that knows boxing in his team. White announced an amicable split from coach Mark Tibbs in July and has no intention of making other changes to his team, including new trainer Xavier Miller after his Povetkin defeat. I don't look for excuses, said White, who is preparing for his rematch November 21st. Listen, my coaching team did what they were supposed to do. They got me to the fight injury free. They got me in the fight shape. We were boxing well. We were winning rounds. We were fighting one of the best opponents I have fought in a long time. Early doors, I was making him miss. The punches that he usually lands, I was making him miss. But that's the way it goes sometimes. It's boxing. You can win 11 and a half rounds and get stopped in the last 10 seconds. The team has done a great job. They got me in a good place from what they have got me when I was in Saudi Arabia. They got me down 17 stone. We're happy. Credit due to Povetkin. Listen, about the Wilder stuff, the irony in Dillian White getting brutally knocked out with a single shot after switching his own trainer for whatever reason and training in Portugal, where I don't even know if they did the drug testing or if they were able to do it the same, but whatever. The irony in Dillian White now saying that Wilder has made the worst career of his decision. This is funny. This is funny. And I'm starting to believe that the UK in boxing is obsessed with American boxers. They seem to always have an opinion and care what's going on, especially with popular guys like Deontay Wilder. This is part of the reason, this energy that you see from guys like Eddie Hearn and Dillian White is part of why you won't see these guys really ever amass a huge following in America. They're kind of relegated to these UK fights. Me personally, I don't see Dillian White ever resonating with the American public because of how he acts and what he says, these types of things. So I find it ironic that Wilder, according to Dillian White, made the worst career decision, but Dillian White switched his own trainer that he's been with for a long time. And his very first fight without his trainer, Mark, he gets knocked out brutally, as you will see from this slide. So it's too clownish, the behavior that we're seeing. Like, how do you care what Wilder does with his team, and you got to bounce back from this? And you switched your own team, and this was the outcome. You know what I'm saying? You showed up in Saudi Arabia out of shape, 273 pounds or whatever it was, and didn't look good versus Marish Weck. Then your very next fight, you switch trainers like shortly before your fight, and this is the outcome. And you got Dillian White has something to say about Wilder's decision with Mark Breland. I think I don't know. I just feels like Dillian White he caters to like the casual point of view. Whatever casuals and old media are saying, Dillian White, he's usually not far from it. You know, as far as Mark Breland, there's other things like to call Wilder an idiot. There's things that we may not know. Like, he could have been bumping heads with Mark Breland in camp prior to this, like before getting stopped when he was winning. These are little nuanced things that only Wilder, or maybe people who are close to the situation, his brother, you know, Chris, Wilder's team, in other words, may know of. You know, so who are we to judge and say he made the wrong decision and this, that, and the third? And you don't even know the full ramification. Like, do you think when people go through let's say a divorce, right, that the problems just happened that week that they filed a divorce? Or were there lingering problems that have been going on that they kept behind closed doors, and it just culminated and added and added and added to the point where it was irreconcilable, and, you know, they seem fit to separate? So, you know, for me, I told you my stance is the same with Wilder. It's his team. It's like, this is a person you're paying for your team. I don't have nothing against Mark Breland, but if Wilder don't want him on his team for whatever reason, then that's his prerogative. Dillian White didn't want Mark Tibbs on his team, and he got rid of him. So what's the difference? Why'd you get rid of Mark? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares if you feel it's in your best interest? The other thing is, he's talking about Mark Breland was the only one that cares and this, that, and the third. The funny thing is this: old media and the casual fans, you never heard them sing Mark Breland's praises ever when Wilder was slaughtering guys. And now all of a sudden there's a million Mark Breland fans and, you know, opinions. And a lot of it's from the UK. A lot of it is coming from people who already don't like and publicly have let it be known that they don't like Deontay Wilder. But now all of a sudden Mark Breland's Elvis Presley out here and everybody just loves him. You know, it's very funny how this works. No one seemed to acknowledge Mark Breland's greatness or how great of a trainer he was or this and that before, when Wilder was knocking out Luis Ortiz twice, when he was beating Bermane Stiverne twice, when he was beating guys like Johan Duhaupas and, you know, whoever else, Eric Molina. When he was doing all these, we never heard Dillian White say, oh, Mark Breland, he's brilliant. This guy is you know, phenomenal. All he did was clout chase Deontay Wilder, call him out, say he's being ducked, call everyone coward, trash talk. But now everybody is, you know, has this affinity for Mark Breland. It's hilarious to me. The other thing that is funny is you have Dillian White, who was brutally knocked out by Povetkin, and he's training when he should be suspended. And he's already scheduled for an immediate rematch. As you guys see right here, Exhibit A. He's scheduled for an immediate rematch 91 days after the first fight. And he's talking about teams having someone's best interest. This is now a do or die fight. He must beat Povetkin. If he gets hurt again, it's going to be a bad look. If he loses, it's going to be a really bad look. So it's just, the whole statement from Dillian White is ironic. He's talking about Wilder making the worst career move of his life because he wants to get rid of someone on his team and you feel it's a wrong decision without knowing details. But at the end of the day, this is the same man who should be in concussion protocol and should be suspended for about 6 months, but he's pushing the envelope and he's coming back to fight within 91 days of the guy who knocked him out. And this whole campaign is, oh, but I was doing good in the fight though. You know, that's not good enough in boxing. There's a lot of guys that were doing good that got brutally knocked out, you know, because they dropped their guard or didn't pull their hand back or, you know, whatever the situation is. So I just find the whole situation from Dillian White particularly ironic. Him having lambasting Wilder and having so much to comment about Wilder ruining his career. If he loses to Povetkin, we'll see whose career is really ruined, you know, because this is a do or die, high pressure fight that Eddie Hearn and Dillian White are now, you know, a party to. You got to beat Povetkin. He's 41. He beat you. He was considered washed up. Joshua had already beat him. Klitschko had beat him. You know, he had shaky performances with certain guys. He got hurt by David Price, yet and still he had enough to beat Dillian White. So talk about teams caring for their fighter. Why is Dillian White fighting on November 21st to the guy who just knocked him out? You know, so it seemed like Dillian White should probably be more worried about that and training for this than whatever Wilder's doing, because Wilder, he ain't even said nothing and everybody's as usual talking, got so much opinions on what it's like. The world, does the world revolve around Deontay Wilder? Who cares? Amir Khan got knocked out by Danny Garcia and left Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is a great trainer, but he left him and went with Virgil Hunter. You know, it's like, this shows you the popularity and the impact that Wilder has on the boxing culture, because it's like he goes vegan and it is breaking news. And you know what I'm saying, no matter what he does, if him and his girl break up or expecting a kid, it's like he's dancing at a family barbecue, that people are trying to turn little stuff like this into headlines. It's really crazy. If Deontay Wilder farts, oh, Deontay Wilder farted, he made a big mistake eating that Taco Bell. Like, god dang, like, bro, let the man live. And the thing I do like about it is Wilder ain't saying nothing. He letting everybody else talk. So I like that, you know. But that's my 2 cents. Let me know how I did in this video. Use the ESPN Plus link below. It does help the channel. ESPN Plus, they got a ton of content. I got some other affiliate links. We do the Cash Apps, the Venmos, the Patreon, the PayPal. Great ways to help the channel. Let me know what you guys think. Should Dillian White even be worried about who Wilder has training? I think no. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, hi, I'm Mike Tyson, come and watch my fight. Floyd Mayweather, easy work, I'm rich. And Manny Pacquiao, yes, it's up to my promoter, just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All 3 apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.